The House Where Time Stands Still, Part 2, The Endless Hour. The chimes shook the mansion as the great clock struck 3:16 a.m. For the first time in over a century, time had moved inside the cursed house. The pale figures advanced, their hollow eyes glowing faintly, their whispers layering over one another until Elena's name became a suffocating chorus. She stumbled backward, clutching the diary, her lantern flickering violently. "Stay away!" she shouted, but the figures did not stop. Their steps echoed like pounding drums, their shadows stretching across the walls. In desperation, she hurled the lantern. Glass shattered, and fire flared briefly across the floor. The flames licked at the figures' feet, but instead of burning, they flickered like illusions as if the house itself was mocking her. Elena bolted up the staircase, heart hammering. She turned into another endless hallway, lined this time not with mirrors, but with doors. Each door bore a clock face instead of a handle, all frozen at 3:15. As she ran past, the clock hands twitched, following her, ticking faster. She tried one door, locked, another, locked. Each one rattled violently as she touched it, as though something on the other side was trying to break out. Finally, one door creaked open. Inside was a nursery, silent, untouched by dust. Toys lay scattered across the floor. A cradle sat by the window, and from it came a faint sound. Tick, tick, tick. She approached with trembling hands. Inside the cradle was no child, only a small silver clock, its hands frozen. As she lifted it, the whisper returned. "You wound the clocks. You woke us." The voice was not behind her. It came from inside her head. The cradle rattled violently, and the room grew darker, shadows crawling up the walls. Elena screamed and fled, the silver clock still clutched in her hand. The hallways twisted now, stairs leading to nowhere, corridors bending back on themselves. The mansion was alive, shifting, keeping her trapped. The diary slipped from her grip, pages fluttering open as if the house wanted her to read. A line caught her eye before the wind snatched it away. "The only way out is to stop the clocks, before they strike the final hour." Her stomach turned cold. The mansion's main clock had moved once already. What would happen if it struck again? She burst into the grand hall once more. The pale family still waited, their hollow clock eyes fixed on her. But now more shapes joined them. Children, servants, even guests. Dozens of ghostly figures, all frozen in the same eternal moment, stepping forward in unison. "Elena," they whispered. "Elena, join us." She backed toward the staircase, clutching the silver clock tightly. Her eyes darted up. The great clock's minute hand trembled again, threatening to inch forward. 3:17 a.m. was coming. In a burst of defiance, she shouted, "No!" and hurled the silver clock against the ground. It shattered. The house roared. Every clock on the walls rattled violently, their ticking turning into screams. Windows shattered inward, blasting shards across the room. The family figures convulsed, their hollow eyes spinning like wild dials. Elena staggered, covering her ears as the sound grew unbearable. Then, silence. She opened her eyes. The family was gone. The hall was empty. The clocks were still. She dared to hope. She ran for the front door, gripped the handle, and this time it opened. She stumbled out into the night air, gasping, her lungs burning with relief. The village lights twinkled in the distance. She was free, or so she thought. As she crossed the gate, she glanced back one last time at the mansion. It loomed in silence, dark and lifeless. But in the highest window she saw it. A reflection. Her reflection. It stood there, staring down at her, smiling. And when she looked at her wristwatch, her blood froze. The hands had stopped at 3:16 a.m. Lessons for the viewers. Some say Elena never escaped that night, that the house had marked her, and through her, it marked us all. The story of The House Where Time Stands Still is not just a ghost tale, it's a warning. Some doors should never be opened, for what lies beyond them cannot be shut. Curiosity can reveal truths, but some truths consume those who seek them. And when time itself is broken, it may not bind only the dead, but the living as well. So tell me, if you heard clocks ticking in an abandoned house, would you dare step inside or turn back before time claimed you too? Let's hear your views in the comments section. Thanks for watching.